I had a thyroid eliminated. I had a aneurysm in my aorta, or near my aorta. All my life I was a physical person. And that sort of just evaporated.
Mr. Norm has been my patient for the last 14 years at least. About 5 years ago, he had a change in his health, and he was a little bit dizzy and a little bit weak, and he noticed he was getting a little bit tired. And as we discussed it, he recalls having to sit down while he was at the golf course and spend more time on the golf cart. I've taken care of him for many things, but at this time, I was concerned it was a cardiac issue. So I started with a 24-hour dynamic cardiogram. That was abnormal, and I referred him to a cardiologist, and CAD was identified.
The situation at the time is the stroke of about a year and a half ago, which has affected me in sometimes remembering things or physical work.
Although Norm's health has declined in one respect, he can't be out golfing, he certainly is still quite active. He found cardiac rehab to be very beneficial. He keeps a list of his medications. He's one of my star patients with respect to that.
I play a lot of golf, used to. That's finished. I do a lot of hunting. That's finished. And I just do a lot of walking in the woods. I used to. And that's finished. I do have, right now, I'm trying to get myself in shape, particularly my legs, but I have a problem as far as losing my breath, or my breath getting big. And hopefully it's just going to take time.
Although I remember Norm as frequently golfing initially, as I met him, and I always remember him being with his wife, Freida. She serves as his ears. They both have a great sense of humor, and that has prevailed throughout all of his trials and tribulations.
I think his life has been impacted more since his stroke than his aneurysm and his bypass surgeries. Those were more physical. His stroke is a bit more emotional. There's pockets of information he doesn't recall, so he feels a bit frustrated with that. His vision's been impacted. His reading ability is very much impacted.
To maximize Norm's health and wellness, I have to focus on his activities of daily living and what he likes to do. And I think his wife, Freida, really helps me do that because she makes a list of the things to do and the list of the things that we've accomplished. She keeps track of his labs. She keeps track of his medications. But then we go over that list. And as I've mentioned in other settings, our goals to go have developed based on some of my patient interactions, including theirs. And I think goals to go, which is a written list of items to do and items to engage in before the next visit, really makes a difference.
So we've kind of exchanged roles as far as the business of home. I tend to do a little bit more of that along with him. But I think in some ways this brought us a little bit closer together. We just do different things now than we did before.
He's done a lot of cardiac rehab, and he participated in a test study to continue cardiac rehab after completion of the usual typical course, and I believe he continues to engage in that. It's an optional program that the hospital I'm affiliated with offers.
Part of his goals, I think, is to get through this season. He wants to get into the summer so he can build his strength in his legs better, so he feels more confident in his walking. Therapy has helped. It hasn't done everything that he needs to do. He does some exercises at home on his own, but he needs to be walking more and on his feet more than he is. And with the weather, he hasn't had that opportunity.
I just want to stay alive. I do enjoy life. I want to make sure she's taken care of when I say goodbye. And it's about it.